Across the vast and vibrant continent of Africa, a quiet yet monumental shift is underway. Every single day, from the bustling streets of Lagos to the quiet hills of Kigali, thousands of Africans are making the difficult decision to leave their home countries. In the last decade alone, the number of African migrants living abroad has surged by over 30%. This isn't a gentle trickle. It's a steady, determined current of human potential flowing outwards. But these journeys are not what you might imagine. They are not leaving for a leisurely vacation to collect souvenirs and post pictures of exotic landscapes. They are not embarking on a youthful adventure, seeking thrills and finding themselves on a gap year. The reality is far more stark. They are leaving for survival, for a chance at a future that feels increasingly out of reach in the very lands that raised them. And as this exodus continues, the world keeps asking the same tired question, often with a tone of bewilderment or even judgment. Why are so many Africans running to Canada, America, and the United Kingdom? Think about the profound irony in that question. The very same countries that once colonized, exploited, and drew arbitrary lines across the African continent are now the top destinations that Africans, with a mix of hope and desperation, want to reach. It's a paradox rooted in a long and complicated history that is rarely discussed. Today on My Great Mix, we are going to pull back the curtain. We will break down the real reasons Africans are fleeing their homes. And trust me, it's not what you think. It's a story far more complex than the simple headlines of poverty and war. Before we begin, do us a favor and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications, because this is a conversation the world has been avoiding for far too long, and it's time we finally had it. Let's start with a hard truth. Most Africans leaving their countries are not the poorest people. It costs thousands of dollars to get a visa, buy a ticket, pay agents, or even attempt migration. The poorest Africans are not the ones fleeing. They simply can't afford it. So poverty is not the main reason. It's something deeper, something happening in the system itself. The real problem is governance. Africa isn't poor, it's poorly managed. Billions disappear every year. Hospitals have no medicine. Schools lack teachers. Police extort citizens. Elections are manipulated. When a system collapses, even the educated run. Doctors, nurses, engineers, lawyers, IT specialists. They're not fleeing poverty, they're fleeing hopelessness. And here's the profound irony of this modern migration. Africans are running to the very same countries that once enslaved and colonized them. The historical lines of power are being retraced, but this time by choice. Canada, America, the United Kingdom. The question isn't just why leave, but why these specific places? The answer, while complex, boils down to one simple, powerful concept: functional systems. Because despite their flaws, these countries offer established pathways, as skilled workers, students, or caregivers, and something more fundamental, a working health system. It's the assurance that if your child gets sick, an ambulance will come, and a hospital will be equipped to help, regardless of your status. A predictable government. This means services are delivered, not negotiated. It means the rules of society are clear and apply to everyone, providing a stable ground on which to build a life. Job opportunities. Not just any job, but the chance for dignified work where your skills are valued, your wages are paid on time, and you can advance based on merit. Security. The ability to walk down the street without constant fear, knowing there are laws and institutions in place designed to protect you and your family. Social support. A safety net, however imperfect, that can catch you when you fall. Unemployment benefits, public education, and assistance for the vulnerable. And most importantly, a future you can plan. The belief that your hard work today will translate into a better tomorrow for your children. Africa has the resources, Africa has the talent, Africa has the population, But these Western countries have the one thing that makes all the difference: systems that work. The shocking reality is this: Africans are not running toward the West. They're running away from their own governments. When your leaders fly abroad for medical treatment, send their children abroad to study, and hide their money in foreign banks, what message are they giving the youth? They're telling you there is no future here. This is not just migration. This is the largest brain drain in modern African history. Millions of skilled Africans are leaving every year. And guess what? Canada, America, and the UK want them. They need nurses. They need engineers. They need caregivers. They need workers for jobs their own citizens don't want. So while Africa is losing its best minds, the West is gaining exactly what Africa trained. So the next time someone asks that loaded question, why are Africans fleeing their countries? Don't just give them the easy answers. Tell them the truth. It's not a simple story of poverty, laziness, or a blind chase for the Western dream. It's far more profound. It's the systemic collapse of the very institutions designed to protect, empower, and uplift their own people. When the systems of justice, education, healthcare, and security fail, hope erodes. And when hope is gone, people will move. But this narrative isn't a dead end. It's a call to action. For those on the continent, it means demanding more. It means using your vote not as a suggestion, but as a weapon for accountability. It means organizing, speaking out, and refusing to accept mediocrity from leaders. Demand transparency in every contract, every budget, every decision. And for the diaspora, your role is just as critical. Your remittances build homes, but your engagement can build nations. Support grassroots organizations pushing for reform. Invest not just money, but your skills, your knowledge, and your political voice in the countries you call home. Because if Africa fixes its governance, if we collectively build systems that are fair, functional, and forward-looking, Africans will stop running. They will stay, they will build, and they will thrive. It's as simple and as complex as that. This is My Great Mix, bringing you the bold conversations others are afraid to have. If this message resonates, hit like, subscribe, and most importantly, share this video. Let's amplify this conversation and expose the real truth about global migration and the powerful reality of the African continent.